Hi, guys. My name is Guillermo Lecuona, and I'm the director of the film Nahiin Nuu, which kind of roughly translates into English as Mother Corn. And it really deals with a tricky Indian girl who wrestles spiritual visions, and those visions force her to awaken the importance of her tradition as part of her self identity. Well, the very first spark of inspiration was a short story that my wife wrote after film school. And at the very heart of that story was a character who was struggling to hold on to her culture while living in the modern world. So that really made us want to make a film that was grounded in that kind of reality with those kind of real life struggles, but also with a surreal, almost David Lynch twist to it. Yeah, so about the filmmaking process, we shot in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it was all shot with a super small team. We had at the most maybe a maximum of 3 crew members on set, and we really wanted great sound. So one of those 3 crew members was our production sound recorder, and Spence Palermo. He did a great job, not only recording sound but also helping out. As a third of the crew, he had to pitch in. So we shot it all with a Canon 5D Mark II, and at the time, this is 2010. At the time, it was brand new camera, and it was amazing, because you could finally get the film look, with the large sensor, that you used to be able to get only with film cameras. But it was not great in low light, so we kind of struggled with that aspect of the camera. But other than that, just the small form factor and small footprint just made it easy for us to really go into location and almost act as a documentary crew. We shot almost all available light. We had a couple of one by one, battery power LED lights, but that was about it. So we shot it mostly all handheld. A few tripods here and there, and a lot of available light. So um we ended up doing a lot of cleanup in post because of the grain from that camera, but it was great. The making of this film was definitely a challenge. It was more than a challenge. The whole thing was more of a torture. It's when they tell you what to do and what not to do when making a low budget film, we basically did all the not, what not to do's. They say shoot in one location, nearby so you can do pickup shoots easily. Well, we're in LA and we chose to shoot in Mexico. And our lead actress, Luz Mariana, she's from Mexico City. So we had to fly her and her mom in from Mexico City to Puerto Vallarta. Our sound recorder, our sound person, Spence Palermo, he lived in Oregon. So we had to fly him into Puerto Vallarta, and us from LA. So uh, in addition to that, there was no equipment rental companies in Puerto Vallarta that were affordable to us. So we had to fly all of our equipment in with us. So we had to check in our sandbags, check in our C stands, and carry everything that we were going to need with us. And with a small crew, you can imagine the struggle of getting all that stuff on the plane and going to Puerto Vallarta. So that's the one thing that they say not to do, right? Shoot in one location. The other thing they say, to do is shoot indoors. Well, we ignored that one too. We shot, 99% of it all outdoors. So it was almost all available light. So we couldn't control the light, we couldn't control the sound. And in the locations that we were shooting, sound was almost always an issue. There's always a rooster wanting to, wanted to, start singing in the middle of a shoot, or in the middle of a take. And there's always cars and distant radios. It was a mess. And of course, the last thing they say is use experienced actors. Well, we ended up going with 100% non-actors. So that also compounded on not being able to control light, because we always were running out of time. The actors struggled with their lines, memorizing the lines, and standing at the right place, doing the same action over and over. So that was a challenge, but we really encouraged them to improvise. So every take ended up being different. But I think that at the end, through ignoring you know, all those rules of what to do and making, just going for the what not to do's, ended up giving the film a certain look and authenticity that we would have not had if we had shot nearby in LA in a warehouse with experienced actors. What I would like for the audience to take away after watching this film is uh, to feel proud about their own culture. There's a lot of pressures nowadays, especially with social media, to fit in and to look a certain way and act a certain way. And a lot of times we see our family traditions and culture as not cool, and you're wrong. Your culture and your traditions are what make you special, and you should embrace them. Um, but lastly, I just want to say thank you to you, Crystal, William, Bella. I want to say thank you to the whole team at the Miami Short Film Festival for being so supportive and being so welcoming, and for creating such a great platform that supports films that promote diversity. So thank you very much. Yeah, I want to thank the Miami Short Film Festival for being so welcoming and being so supportive, and most of all for creating such a great platform that supports films that promote diversity. Thank you very much.